Polk is a health care facility licensed by the United States Department of Health, inspected by Pennsylvania Department of Health, but the Secretary of Health is not here today to praise Polk, but instead we have people ready here to bury Polk, and that's a disconnect. It seems harsh, but I am really reacting to their insistence that we all must be compliant with their wishes. Otherwise, we have no value. It seems like looking for gold in a silver mine. I know the value that we have at Polk, and I know that the value that we add to the system of care. Polk and White Haven are first and foremost health care facilities. They're publicly run health care facilities run by the Commonwealth for its most vulnerable population as part of the state's original promise to take care of the most vulnerable population. And ODP, on the other side, they set group home reimbursement rates for private pay providers, and they manage policy around that activity, and that's inappropriate, but that is not health care. It's a service. It's a human service. And so there's this connect between what is health care and what is a service. I'm sorry that the doctor is not here to talk about how valuable Polk is, what extraordinary care is given there. As Sue said, we've been there for 100 years. We're in the 5th generation of caregivers, and the community supports that effort. I think that the problem maybe is between authority and power. The Department of Health has the authority to run the state centers. They're investigated by the health department, but the Human Services has the power to close down, and the difference between the authority to run the facility and the power to close it down creates a vacuum, and into that vacuum indeed has come the University of Temple Institute on Disabilities, who in the vacuum has become like a sole arbitrator of what is good policy and what is good form. Good ID policy is policy that they say is good policy. It was never, we were never thought to be a part of that. We were never asked to be a part of that. We were never considered to be a part of that, and that I think is really is the problem. Temple, in my estimation, has taken in more than $30 million over the last 30 years. They get hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars every year because they are an institute of the only thing in Pennsylvania, the Institute of Excellence. I think knowing that they get $30 million, you would have thought good form would have indicated to them to share some of that with us. But instead, they rail against our existence. They put so many more lobbyists on the payroll. It's me and Joe and Sue. You see us? You see us? That's who you got. I don't have stationery. I don't have a lobbyist. I can't invite you to dinner and get you a plaque. I can barely get the words out, for God's sake. You know what I'm saying? It's just us. That's all they are. Well, and the workers and the people here. I'm just saying, 24 lobbyists is a lot of lobbyists, even in a town that's got a lot of lobbyists. But what I want you to understand is that intellectual disabilities is a $3 billion business in Pennsylvania. And investing in lobbyists is a business strategy. Sherry was a lobbyist before she took over at ARC, and is valued as a lobbyist because that's a swim. You need to be a lobbyist to get things prepared and get them going, or I don't know. We don't have lobbyists. I wanted to
Irene,
ask you.
can I ask you to please
Yeah,
wrap up?
I want to just say that there is big money, and I want you, because I think you maybe forgot to attend to all the money that there is in ODP. There's currently a $12 million contract that was in Commonwealth Court for a year. And it's a contract called SIS, and it says that we can move people from one category to another category, but it's not a service contract, and it's not even money to go to the waiting list. I'm just saying, in a business environment, there's a lot of money, and there's a lot of lobbyists, and there's a lot of slick talk, but we really are here to plead for recognition, and we thank you. Thank you very, very much for your ability to try to solve this problem for us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.